Ever since the release of the Minecraft Combat update all the way back on February the 29th, 2016, people have been constantly debating whether this was the right choice by Mojang and whether future iterations upon this foundation will ever be implemented to Minecraft. That is why in this video I'm going to be talking about all of the proof we've got so far that another Minecraft Combat update is coming to the game. So let me know down below in the comments, would you like to see another combat update come to Minecraft? But without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. Now, Minecraft 1.9, the original combat update, was released all the way back in 2016 now, bringing with it end cities, elytras, and of course combat changes. I think we can all agree that this is by far the most controversial ever Minecraft update, and the reason I say that is because it was the first ever update for Minecraft that did actually split up the player base. Usually people could agree on things that certain things were good, certain things were bad. However, the player base over this one was more split than usual, and still till this day there is remnants of people debating whether this update was actually good for the game or whether it was actually bad for the game. Now, this has led some people to believe that maybe Mojang are going to kind of revisit the combat update and make some changes to it to make the game feel a bit more Minecrafty again, and there's also quite a bit of modern proof to suggest that another combat update is coming. Well, it basically confirms that a combat update is on the way. Let's start off with the first point, which is the original in 1.9 was Minecraft's most controversial update. Now, I talked about it a little bit earlier on, but this on its own is a big reason for Mojang wanting to revisit this update. Unlike other games, the player base of Minecraft is usually quite solid in their beliefs, where everyone is almost like one big brain. That's how I like to think about it. Everyone thinks the same and everyone likes the same things as each other in Minecraft, compared to other games where the player bases can be very split. Because of people still being quite angry about this combat update, I think it would be quite likely that Mojang maybe go back and revisit it for Minecraft Java Edition so that they can iron out some of the more rugged parts of the combat update. There's some people that still till this day hate it. Personally, I do not really mind. I like the old combat and I like the new combat. However, I really do believe that Mojang will one day come back and revisit it. The main point though to suggest another combat update is coming is that Bedrock Edition does not have the combat update yet. Now, this is kind of the biggest bit of proof and evidence we've got so far. In 1.9, the combat update did come to Minecraft with the new updated combat, obviously, where you have to click, wait a few seconds to click again to be able to do the full damage, but that actually never made its way to Bedrock Edition. Is that because Mojang do not think that this is good for Bedrock Edition, or is it because they're working on another solution for Bedrock Edition players? Something I've been thinking about is what if Mojang behind the scenes is working on another combat update more suited for Bedrock Edition so that players do not have to carefully aim their crosshair to be able to hit an enemy. I know it's a bit different compared to keyboard and mouse, and this is what FPS games do best. On PC you have to aim very carefully to be able to hit your target, whereas on console there is always a little bit of auto aim to help you lock on. If Mojang did really want to implement Java's combat onto Bedrock Edition, it's likely that they would also have to implement some sort of auto aim, which really would not fit with Minecraft's casual style of combat. People always know, right, and it's a bit of a meme that in Minecraft you would just spam your sword or axe to be able to hit the target, whereas because of this combat update that is not allowed. It means you have to be a lot more accurate with your hits. You can't just move around the cursor spamming. You have to be very, very careful that you actually hit your target, or that could be a very bad situation for the player. The main reason though I believe this is because of Pocket Edition. Now, obviously we all know Pocket Edition is the mobile version of Minecraft, right, on the phones, tablets, all of that good stuff. Now, if Mojang really wanted to implement this combat to console, which I believe really would not be too much of a problem. It means because of Bedrock Edition, they would also have to implement it to Pocket Edition, which would be a big problem because that kind of combat for a mobile device would not work at all. I think we've all knew this for a while now, but Bedrock Edition has caused quite a few problems with parity and stuff like that, and because of this, I believe this is the one reason that Bedrock Edition has not got 1.9's combat yet. So maybe behind the scenes Mojang are working on a solution, and people have been talking about this for a while, like an end update and a combat update. This would be like the perfect update to recreate 1.9. like people have been speculating. I've even got videos here on the channel talking about the possibility of an end update. So what are the chances that Mojang revisit the end and the combat update all in one to basically create 1.9 but very modernized? I think that is actually a lot more likely than some of us may think. The third and final point though is Mojang's focus on parity. They have claimed many times that they are working towards parity and that one day they aim for Bedrock Edition and Java Edition to be the exact same as each other. Obviously that cannot happen without 1.9's combat. This also includes things like dual wielding, and I know the Bedrock Edition players have been wanting this for a while, but I really do not know how Mojang can implement 1.9's combat to Bedrock Edition without completely revisiting the combat system itself. It would not work too well on consoles. It would not work well at all on mobile devices. The only way I can see this working is Mojang going back to the drawing board with the combat update and re-releasing it again in a future update, maybe 1.19. But let me know what you think down below in the comments. Do you think that Mojang will actually give us another Minecraft combat update, or do you think they'll kind of try and brush this under the rug and just forget about adding the combat update or 1.9's combat to Bedrock Edition? As I said, I'm completely bamboozled at the moment. I do not know how Mojang could ever implement 1.9's combat to Bedrock Edition unless they completely revisit the system itself, and that is why I believe that another combat update will be coming soon. Like, I think it's basically confirmed. Whether Mojang revisit it or try and force it into Bedrock Edition, no matter what, Mojang will have to revisit the combat system eventually if they are sticking to their word that they hope for Bedrock Edition and Java to be the exact same. We can all agree that one of the biggest downsides to Bedrock Edition over Java Edition is the lack of dual wielding. This is of course a part of the combat update, and I know players have been wanting this forever now. Even just the ability to put torches in your left hand. So this all needs to be figured out and sorted if Bedrock Edition is ever going to have a leg up over Java Edition. Let me know how you think Mojang could fix this. I've been thinking of a few ideas and I might even do a video on it in the hopes that someone may actually see it from Mojang. But honestly, let me know down below in the comments, how could Mojang fix this issue? Thanks for watching everyone, I hope you enjoyed. If you made it this far, be sure you go down below and drop a pig in the comments. Thanks for watching, have an amazing day and goodbye.